everyone, and welcome to today's episode in which we are going to talk to the frontman of the German folk metal band Feuerschwanz about their upcoming release, Das Elfte Gebot. So stay tuned. Hey man, thanks a lot for jumping in the call. Appreciate it. You in Germany right now?
Yes.
How are you guys coping with the quarantine and everything?
I wrote a lot of songs in this time.
Yeah.
That's the good thing. The bad thing is the rest.
Absolutely.
But we are not really in quarantine, so basically it's getting quite normal, but no concerts. So for me, it's everything but normal.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, I personally think that rock and roll and metal, in particular, is very much of a live music experience, right? It's very hard to enjoy a band online only and be, a fan when you never saw the band. And you guys are very much of a stage presence band, I personally think, and so it's a quite hard thing. Hey man, but obviously, the big news about Feuerschwanz is this week is the release of the latest, studio album. Yeah, Das Elfte Gebot. Can you tell me a little bit about the creative process behind the album? How would you characterize it musically and everything?
We started as a folk rock band. We started as a folk band. We became a folk rock band. And now we're more some kind of folk metal band with a lot of fantasy-themed lyrics.
Yeah.
And it got more serious from over the years, and it got more. The sound got better, harder, more metally. So that's what it's about. It's folk metal with fantasy lyrics.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I also felt, at least from the singles I personally heard, that it's a little bit, I mean, it's still fun, but it's a little bit more, serious in a way. And as far as I remember, and please correct me if I'm wrong, from a middle and high school German, Das Elfte Gebot means actually the 11th commandment, right?
Yes.
Right? What was the idea behind it, and how did this concept arise, lyrically speaking?
We always sung about enjoying life to the fullest, so that's the basic message of Feuerschwanz lyrics over the years. And we tried to find another approach to this philosophy. And so we chose this Biblic religious style, because it's some kind of it's a critic. It's a critic on Catholic religion especially. So that comes a lot from me, because I was educated Catholic, and I was very disappointed about it. I lost my mother 12 years ago, and that was hard to get for me as someone who was educated Catholic, and my mom was the leader of the church choir and stuff. So a lot of things happened in church, and church had no answer for my mother dying. And I think I'm still mad that religion gave me nothing about this loss in my family. And that's why I'm quite inspired from this energy. There's an energy, there's hate on religion, and I tried to find an approach where you can add it to the Feuerschwanz philosophy, to this enjoying life. And that's why so the 11th commandment says, put the 10 commandments up your ass and live the 11th one. So that's what.
Unfortunately, this is. I'm sorry for your loss. Unfortunately, I had very similar situation in terms of my personal experience. But and we can go on and on into a theological discussion. But I would say that a lot of people would agree that faith and religion are very different things in a way.
Yeah,
this is true. Well, yeah. Thanks for that, man. Thanks for sharing. In terms of working on this album, were you guys able to work together, or you had to do most of it online because of the quarantine and everything?
No, we finished the album right before quarantine, so that's
good.
why we also
You're
had to.
on
That
time.
was a good thing. We had to. The first single was also released when the quarantine started in March, so we couldn't pull back. We had to go straight through it and release the album even if it's in shitty Corona times. So that's it's a moving story on this album, and we worked on this album the last year. I think all the last year between touring and worked a lot together. Especially the lyrics were a lot of between me and the other singer.
Yeah.
So Hauptmann and me wrote the lyrics, and the most of the music happens between Hans and me, the guitarist, guitar player. So he brings in the metal, and I bring the folk. That's
a pretty cool combination, man. So Feuerschwanz has been around for roughly 15 years now. Is that roughly the time, right? And this is your first album with Napalm Records. And this is huge, obviously. How does working with a label like Napalm differ from what you guys did before? And the process and everything. Is it different? Is there a difference at all, or not really?
In our creative process, there is no difference because they let us do our thing as we wanted to. So our last label did this, and Napalm does this, and I think it's good.
Yep.
No one is interrupting my work here, my creative work. And the funny thing about Napalm Records is the connection between in the metal scene, because it's a specialized label. It's a metal label.
Yes.
And the metal label Napalm Records has connections all over the world to people like you, for example.
Yep.
So you're not a writer of a big metal magazine, I know, but you are one guy who does YouTube and is metal community, and I like the connection between. So Napalm can connect me as a musician with lots of people all over the world who do small metal pages or YouTube pages or channels and stuff. That's new for me, and I love it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, and absolutely. And the distribution goes all over the world, right? I mean, this is great, especially to the places you've now been to before as a band. Yeah. Obviously, for quite obvious reasons, you would not be able to go on tour in support of the album right away. At least, hopefully, you guys, I just spoke to the Viking from War Kings yesterday, and hopefully that tour will still happen. But you guys are planning a pretty, pretty scaled, I would say, grand album celebration online. Can you just say a couple of words about it? What's going to be like?
About the online concert?
Yes.
Yeah, so it will be tomorrow.
Yes.
And normally this weekend there's a festival here near Nuremberg.
Yes.
It's a really cool festival. It's on a castle, basically, and it's more a smaller one, but it's some kind of the birthplace of the medieval folk rock scene in Germany.
Yep.
And it's on a really, really nice medieval castle. And sad about the cancellation of the festival, so we asked them if we can have the castle for us. So, and that's the great thing about it. We have this medieval castle, which is a really emotional place. So I visited the festival even 15 years ago, for example.
Really, this is pretty cool.
That's a really emotional place for all those folk rock musicians and fans also around here, and so that's where we will be playing this concert, this show, and it's more like we try to make it better than anyone with all those those shitty online concerts with acoustic guitars, with bad acoustics, and with really fucked up sound, and I hate this shit. So
unfortunately,
you sit like me now So that's not a cool show. That's an interview, and we try to make the opposite of it. We try to build our own like a TV show. So
Nice.
it's on this castle, and there's a lot more than only the concert. There will be we prepared some kind of movies to show between our songs, little movies, small movies, and all those stuff. So we hope it will all work out. It's a technical, real, huge project.
Nice.
And we have a lot of light show stuff and fire jets. All those, the castle will burn, and that's really cool. So
you got me fucking excited, man. Really excited for it. It's actually pretty.
It's really worth it.
It's freaking different from what anyone else does nowadays. This is pretty cool, man. I hope it goes well. And
yeah.
All right, I gotta confess, right? I'm a huge Tolkien, not even a fan. I'm a freaking nerd. All right. So Tolkien has been my passion and all his works, for a very, very long time now. Unfortunately, I'm not at home. I would show you my. Oh, nice. Yeah, I would show you my collection. Books in different editions and everything like that. And one of the singles you guys released prior to the album was a cover on "Icy Fire" by Ed Sheeran. How much influence, if any, do the works of Tolkien have actually on you?
Basically, for me, I'm not that old. I'm 30 years old, so I was about 12 when the Lord of the Rings films were released.
Yep.
And I think at the same time I read the books. So with 10 or 12 years, the first time, there were a lot of times after it, and I think it had the biggest impact for me. Since the biggest impact, everything. I don't know how to say it. It took me to fantasy. It took me to medieval stuff. It even took me to this folk stuff and medieval music stuff. So for me, it all began with the Lord of the Rings. So it has the influence is everything started with it, basically.
This is pretty cool to hear, man. And obviously, the entire Tolkien community is waiting for the upcoming Amazon series, which are due whenever. No one knows, actually. Maybe you guys can propose a soundtrack for them. Who knows?
That would be an honor, if it's cool. So the Hobbit films I hate them. It's
very digital.
They're not good.
They're very digital. I would say personally, the Lord of the Rings were very much of, they've connected with the audience a lot, although there has been a lot of shit going on about not being following the book word by word, but that's okay, right? And
I hate those digital orcs. I hate them. I love the Uruks in the Lord of the Rings movies. Those are muscular 2-meter men, and you are afraid of them. You're fucking afraid, and I'm not afraid of digital computer game motherfuckers.
This is true, man. Absolutely. So this was the first time you did a song in English on the record, or not really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it weird?
Yeah. Everyone said over the past few years, though, I tried it to sing in English, and everyone, all my friends said, "Oh, Ben, don't sing in English. You can't." And I was like, "But I want to." But okay, so I was okay with it. So I will never sing in English. I'm a good German singer, and it's okay. And then came this song, and we wanted to do it. And then I said, like, okay, I have to learn it. So I'd have to do my best. And it still sounds German, I think, but it comes from the heart.
That's pretty cool. You did a good job, man. Absolutely. I love the cover, actually. Does that mean you guys are going to be tapping a little bit into the North American market and maybe, expect some dates over there as well? Is that the plan?
There's nothing planned. At the moment, I don't want to go to North America, but maybe it would be cool. So that's no business plan or something.
Mm-hmm.
We just wanted to sing this song.
Okay.
And if North Americans want to hear it, of course we come over and play it. But it's not planned like, so we have to sing in English so we can travel around the world. That would be wrong. So it really comes from the heart. So we want to do this Tolkien stuff. We want to do this fantasy stuff. And this song, Icy Fire, needed a folk metal makeover,
Mm-hmm.
I think. So the sound from the original was a really great song, but it was not hard enough for me, I think. Those lyrics about dragons and battles and epic stuff, so it needs
some epicness. Metal. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, that's actually what I heard. When I heard it for the first time, I thought, I wish someone would do a metal cover on it. That's pretty cool. You also released another video on the song Ding, featuring Melissa Bonny. How was it working with her?
It was really relaxed.
Really?
So we didn't know her before.
Mm-hmm.
It all started with the song. So we will do a reggae dancehall song with metal guitars and bagpipes. And there was this third verse, which is also in English in the original version. And I thought like, okay, this is all so weird stuff now. What about we need a woman to sing the third verse, and she sings, and then she grows, and it all gets fucked up, and it all gets really, really crazy and weird. So that's how it started, and I was like, okay, let's ask Arch Enemy, and of course she won't sing with Feuerschwanz. We are really too small. Maybe one day.
Who knows?
Yeah, we checked out singers who can do this, singing and screaming and growling, and we found Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time we saw her was on the video set.
Oh, really?
And it was like, "Hi, Melissa, let's perform." Okay, let's go. And she's like, 1 second, and she's really present. So we were all like, "Okay, that's a tough girl. She will be a superstar."
Yeah.
In not a lot of time, so she's really cool.
She's growing.
It was impressive.
Yeah, it's very cool. I'm glad to hear that she's very easy to work with. It's very hard to tell from her vocals because you don't never know, right? But I'm glad to hear that. All right, man. I'm conscious of your time, so just a couple of more questions here. Touring live. Obviously, we all miss it. I personally miss the bands. I want to see them live. Great thing that you're doing. Online concert, but we all are waiting for the actual concerts to resume, and I think we all can agree on this, right? Now, reflecting on your touring life, tell me one crazy ass story about touring that you had, or just one show that stuck up. Or just one memory you cherish. Anything you want to share like this?
The most crazy stories, I don't tell them for reasons. I remember one thing in December. Was it on tour? It was basically nothing crazy at all, but it was a very exciting or special moment when the crowd was so big. It was the biggest crowd ever on one of our headline shows. There were, I think, about 1,600 people there standing there, coming out of nothing, and I lost all reality. It was like I can't count them anymore. So many years we played, and you can tell, okay, I know this guy in the first row. I know this guy. I drank with this guy. I slept with this girl, and so on and so on. And we did this so many years, so everyone personally. When there are only 100 people in front of stage, it's not that hard. But this moment on this show, on this tour, it was too big I can even now I can
To
find
grasp it.
words for it.
Yeah.
It's so I was like, I don't know what the word is. It's like a spiritual. It's like, oh, this is really. I was so thankful for it after the show and this all day, and that's what I will work for, so that this can happen again someday.
Nice. Hopefully. Yeah, absolutely, man. Great. All right. So, any last message for the fans? Anything you want to share with them? Anything?
Yeah. Check out our online release show if it's fast enough, and enjoy your life. Live to the 11th commandment. Forget the rest. And enjoy music and stay as awesome as you are. All those metal fans, I love you all.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, man, and thanks a lot for joining me.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks, bro.